Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another amazing episode on the Unleashing Potentials podcast. My name is Bernadette Desir, and I'm your host. Joining me today, all the way from the USA, is Brittany. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to have you on the podcast to hear your story.
Yes, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So, to start, can you tell us where are you tuning in from?
From Indianapolis, Indiana.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. Have you always been there or you moved around?
I know I've been there most of my life. I lived in Chicago for a little while I was going to school.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. Yeah, so Brittany, can you start by telling us who you are and what you do?
Sure. So as I go by Brittany Sherrill, I am a filmmaker, entrepreneur. I write, direct, produce films, and deal with media and pretty much anything in entertainment.
Oh, wow, that's so cool. What got you into the work that you're doing right now?
Yes, I've always been into kind of like acting, a theater. Got into writing when I was younger as well. I had dreams of, going to LA or New York and becoming this big time actress. That didn't happen, but so I've always kind of had that passion and loved it. Um, Kind of got into independent filmmaking through a family friend, and I've been going off ever since.
Wow, that's so cool. Brittany, can you take us back, way back? What was your childhood like?
My childhood was pretty good. Like I said, I was always involved in something, whether it was acting or modeling or dance, writing. I had my first published poem when I was in the fourth grade. So things are pretty good.
Yeah, that's awesome. And through acting, what does it do for you on a soul level?
Yeah, it's like an enjoyment, a release. It allows me to, become someone else, this other character. It just takes me to another place.
I love that. What are some of the movies that you've done? Do you do movies or theater? What is it you do?
Yes, I do movies and plays. I've co-written and produced um, a total of five feature films now.
Oh, wow.
Um, that can be found on Amazon Prime and Tubi. And then I've also kind of stepped back into acting, and I've been in some series and
Mhm.
um, plays and things like that as well.
That's so cool. That's fascinating. I've always wondered what would I do or look like, as an actress. That is so cool.
Hey, there's a look for everything. There's a look for everything. So yes.
Yeah. So, what are some of the key genres that you focus on throughout writing and acting?
I kind of started off in like Christian entertainment.
Mm.
That's kind of where my root is. I've kind of included some comedy now into my stuff, but overall, my company, Boss Lady Media, I want us to do Christian entertainment as well as, comedy, romance as well, all keeping it, decent.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that. Yeah. Can you tell us of some of the things that you've been through, your story?
Yeah, yeah. Things have definitely been a little rough as well. Um, a few years ago, me and my mom got in a head-on collision, and they say people usually don't survive those, but we did, and just going through that, my mom, she got the worst of it. Was in the hospital for a month and rehab for a couple months. So me having to kind of take over the household and take care of things for her. That's where my nickname is Boss Lady came from, because I handled everything. So,
Oh, wow. Mhm.
yeah, that was a struggle. My next book is um, was it testimony over triumph? Basically, just talking about that, experience and getting through the things and how it still, affects me today.
Yeah, yeah, I love the title of your book. Is it a book that you're currently working on, or is it out already?
Yes, I'm still working on it.
Okay. How many books have you written? Is it just this one you're working on?
So I have one out currently. It's called Every Queen Deserves Her King. And it's basically just about keys to your relationship with Christ and with your natural king.
Ooh, that's a really
Yes.
good book. That's a really good book. Yes, yes. And I think it's important for us to go to Christ to seek comfort, healing, instead of going to
Mhm.
man for those. So I love
Yes.
that book. Yeah, yeah, I love that. So what was recovery like for you and your mom after the
Uh,
accident?
yeah, we were actually about to start filming our second film, Unequally Yoked Part 2. But because of that, we had to put things on hold and everything. So just another added layer of pressure of trying. It was also very saddening for me to have to see my mother, go through this situation. At one point she thought that she was going to lose her life. So just the emotional stress as well as the burden of dealing with everything.
Yeah, yeah, I can only imagine. And it's really, really hard to watch anyone suffer, especially those we love. And
Hmm.
how are you guys doing today? Have you healed?
We're yeah, we're doing pretty good.
Mhm.
She's doing much better. Um, yeah, so it's just a testimony that we keep on telling.
Mm, I love that. Yeah, I love that. So yeah, you've written a few books, and are you working on some new movies right now?
I am helping out with a couple movies. So I have a project called Out the Gate that I'm doing casting for. It's actually written by best-selling author J.M. Benjamin.
Mm.
Um, and then I'm also producing a movie called Full Custody, written by Rashard Tyson. So I'm just kind of doing some behind the scenes work. I'm hoping to start filming some of my projects later this summer.
Oh wow, that's so cool. Yeah. So do you teach what you do?
Um, I, try to help people a little bit, but that's something that I have been really looking and thinking about doing as far as having some type of course or class where people can come and learn how to produce a movie.
Because that would be so fascinating. And
Yeah.
I'm sure there are lots of people who want to go behind the scene and learn. It's like an intern, like doctors, and how they go behind the
Hmm.
scene before they actually become doctors. That would be fascinating.
Yeah.
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 And the work that you do you do it just in the States or around the world? You connect.
Um, yeah, so I definitely travel and I had a short film project that I did in Atlanta last year, and I'm planning to do a project in Virginia in the spring. So yeah, we definitely do travel and we'll take out of state projects.
Yeah, that's really cool. So have you met some, famous actors or actresses?
I met Reginald Ballard, or we all might know him as Bruh from the Fifth Floor.
Oh, wow.
He's, a comedian first by nature. So I did
Oh,
get
wow.
a chance to meet him. I want to get him in one of my projects.
Mm,
I'm
yeah.
trying to think. Have I
That's
met? I kind of bumped shoulders a little bit with
mhm.
um, Lawrence Tate and Jamal Woodward and
Mm.
Corey Hardix. They were here at an event, and so I got to meet them for a little bit.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really cool. So do you have any fears when it comes to what you do?
um, Fears. I guess a fear of not being excellent. Um, or just something not getting done. I know that whatever I put out there that, it's truly been given to me. And so I know that it's gonna, touch somebody. And that's what it's all about for me.
Yeah, I love that. So, in your own words, would you say that there's enough diversity in the film industry?
It's gotten better. It's still not as much. I forgot the exact numbers, but there's still way more Caucasian roles than there are roles for African Americans. Um, and so my whole, initiative was at first it's kind of, seemed like, okay, more all Black movies, but now I'm like, I want to do diversity, but it's really about, for me, helping our local independent talent and giving them a platform to shine. So, the more and farther that we can reach and giving them the opportunity to be seen, that's what it's about for me.
Yeah, yeah. Are there some things in the film industry that you would change if you had um, more power to do so?
Um, Basically, well, I mean, the one thing would be, for everybody to get paid what they deserve. A lot of times we do stuff for free or little because we just want the exposure. And so we understand trying to help, independent filmmakers out. It's not cheap. So for everybody to get paid that, and then there's
Mm.
something else I was going to say. Um, just more opportunities. Um, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Let's say you could meet, or you would meet one of those top actors or actresses. What would you say to them?
Um, I would probably ask them like, you know, what's the pros and the cons of Hollywood, because I hear a lot of things. So I would, from their experience, what's kind of the pros and cons.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Um, is there anything that um, scares you when it comes to writing? Because I think we all process differently and we all feel
Mhm.
differently and write differently.
Yeah, sometimes it can be like, is this gonna offend somebody type of thing. So sometimes I, be careful about that a little bit. And I feel like I'll be then given the right words to say, kind of what I want to say to get my message across. Um,
hmm
yeah.
hmm Yeah, yeah, I agree. Um, what does a typical day look like for you when you're working?
Uh, yeah. Usually, just try to break my time up by projects as far as what I need to get done. There's always a million and one things that need to be done, or always something else that you can do to promote your business. So usually I'm on my computer, whether it's writing or getting a shooting schedule together or, doing some casting, usually on my phone or my computer.
Oh, okay. Sounds like a very busy day.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Um, what are some advice that you would give to anyone who wants to go in the industry that you're in right now? Let's say they don't have any experience, but they have the passion and they just want to express their creativity.
Yeah, definitely, there's a lot of, free resources out there as far as training and stuff like that. And then start to surround yourself with those people that are in the industry.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. What are some pros and cons when it comes to filming? Because with film, with with film, sometimes you're in really, really bad weather or different costumes that restrict the way you're breathing and all of it.
Yeah, pros, I absolutely love filming, absolutely love being on set. It's always fun for me, usually with the right group of people. It's just such a great positive energy being around, other like-minded individuals. So that's definitely a pro. A con, yeah, could be weather. We definitely have filmed sometimes in some really cold weather. So that's definitely that. The other big thing with filming is that a lot of times things don't go as planned. There's a lot of variables that come into place. So just being prepared, for that and having backup plans and everything. Um, but the other beautiful part of it is, when you're done, you get to see this work, this thing come to life that you wrote on paper. So,
Yeah, yeah, I love that. How long does it take to make a full film?
typically, if you're, an independent film, people still have everyday jobs. So we're typically filming the evenings and weekends. So typically we can get a film done in 4 to 6 weeks.
Oh, wow. That's really cool. Yeah, I've heard it
Mm.
depends on the movie. It takes longer. Would you say sci-fi movies take longer or just drama?
Um, yeah, they might take longer because they probably have a lot of different things that they have to change and stuff like that. So, that just depends too, and then what type of availability your people have. But I've also seen the feature film be filmed in 1 week, but that's, working 10-hour days, so, um, but typically on that type of schedule, usually a month or two.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah. Um, what what's one piece of advice you would give to me when it comes to what I'm doing? Because I'm going in
Just
blind sometimes.
you're doing it blind,
Blind meaning I didn't go to school to learn how
right?
to communicate. I'm still struggling with technology. All of it. I'm just doing it from my heart and learning as I
Mm-hmm.
go. Yeah.
Just, keep doing that. I mean, that's the great thing that your heart is in it, you're passionate about it. There's, like I said, a plethora of resources out there, even on podcasting, there's,
Mhm.
multiple different technology platforms for it. So check some of those out, see what, you like best. And yeah, just keep grinding.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're
So
welcome.
what's next in your journey? Are you working on some other projects other than your book?
Yeah, so I'm working on a couple projects, and then really I want to start to focus in on my acting career. I've been producing for the last 4 years, and I kind of really miss acting. So I started getting into it a little bit last year, but I really want to focus on that some more this year.
Yeah, yeah, I love that. Um, how do you go inward? You know, when you may need to find stillness and to
Mm.
find inspiration.
Well, during the warm weather, I usually love being outside. I love riding outside. Just kind of gives me a peace and a calmness, and I really find I write really well.
Hmm. Yeah, it's a form of meditation. Do you meditate?
Yes, I do.
Oh, nice. Me too.
Yes.
That's really cool. When did you start meditating?
Um, Probably about 10, 12 years ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That's
Yep, I
awesome.
remember actually now I was going to college and I think I joined the meditation group and yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome. Is there anything else that you would like to talk about as we come to a close with the episode?
I just like to let everybody know that they can check out my projects and see what I'm doing on my website at bossladymeb.com. If you are in my area interested in acting, definitely connect with me. Also, if you are in need of a commercial or a director or producer, I am available and all my information is on the website.
Oh, right. That's awesome. Yeah, so if someone contacts you, they're in a different country, how do you work with them? Is it over Zoom or just phone?
So I mean, if they needed like a director or producer, I mean, I'd be willing to come, come there as well.
Okay, okay. That's awesome. Well, I have one last question for you.
Yes.
What is the meaning of life for
The meaning of life.
you? Mhm.
Um, to I believe the meaning of my life is to help others. I'm big on that. I'm trying to help people where I can, and yeah, just giving back.
Yeah, yeah, I love that. Well, Brittany, thank you so much for all you do. Thank you for coming on the podcast to share your heart with us and your gifts. It's been a pleasure just talking to you, just getting to know what you do. I wish you so much success and love in everything that you do.
Yes, thank you for having me.
You're welcome.